Hello, welcome back. This is James Urel from UX Shape. Today we're going to continue our mobile prototyping course for the e-commerce application that we're building. And we've been working on the home screen of our mobile app. We've gone through the splash screen and we've gone through the onboarding screen and we've gone through the login and sign up screen. The flow, everything is working as we planned it. And if we try to log in and no password, I'll just keep that. And now we're working on the home screen, which is where the user is going to land when they've registered, when they've signed up. They can land on this home screen once they start the application. Last time we were trying to give this our product category a name, so I'm just gonna complete our section before we continue. So we go to the pages, dynamic panel, the states, and then we scroll up and we can, let's make this equipment. And let's make this health. Let's make it pets and DIY. Let's make this home, and let's make this and just make this garden. Well, we can always have another another category name or another department name for our shop. So we save this, and this is what we have right now. We've been able to make use of dynamic panel, so we are now increasing this dynamic panel size here. The only thing we're doing is the state in which we have here is what we have it as length. So once we've applied the vertical scrolling, we're going to scroll until we get to the end of this page here, which is that length of the whole screen. Last time we want to make use of horizontal scrolling so that we can also try and scroll something here, and we are going to make use of dynamic panel. So how are we going to do it? What we just need to do, we just need to highlight this, convert this to dynamic panel, and we just need to reduce the size of this to how we have it. So let's make this let's make this the dynamic panel, and we just gonna apply scrolling to it. So we say scroll as needed. Let's save it and let's test it out. Scroll down and then we can scroll from here and scroll from there. So we see the last one, 1 2 3 4. If we go back to the main dynamic panel state, we can say change this name to offers and deals, and in this state we can see here we have 1 2 3 4 states. So that's just show to the user that we want the scrolling action here, so that the user can scroll and they can see what we have basically. If we don't want to do it this way, we can have a separate dynamic panel and we can just swap around, and that might be it. I think we might probably need to do it that way. Let's go back to our state and let's go into this dynamic panel. We're just going to I'm going to remove this. I'm going to make this none, and I'm going to I'm going to go into this state and I'm going to cut these three states out. Go back to the state 1 of the main home, and in this I'm going to make sure that I just have it the same length, or I might just make it like this. Let's go back to where we are and let's make sure we have it. Yeah, so we have the main home and we have this. Let's center this. Okay, so what we could do, we could make this, let's group this together. Let's bring this down a bit so we can have space above. Let's group this, move this down so we can have space. So we have space around it. So what we need to do is we need to maybe add some couple of states to this, and let's say state 2, state 3. We just leave it as state 3. And we go into the state 1, select all, copy it, and we paste it in the state 2 and state 3. So let's go back to the main home, and what we might need to do, we might need to add on swipe left, right. We want to move to left. So let's say on swap left, we want to set the panel state. We can either use the set panel state or show, but what I'll just do, I'll just use let's use the set panel state. We say offers and deal, and I'll just say next, and then we click. We can say animate, we can say slide. Is it left? Okay, and on right we can say set panel state, offers and deals, previous slide right. Let's save it and test it. Let's refresh our page. Let's scroll down and let's try to swap. We can see, but because we are using our mouse, it's going to look like we're actually dragging it. But if it's on your mobile phone, then we can just swipe and just swipe left, right. So which is much better than scrolling events. So this whole thing is well designed. So what we need to do, we just need to try and finish up the home screen. Like I said, the home screen, depending on your requirements, you can have as many design pattern you want to have. You don't necessarily have to make it exactly the way I have done mine. But I'm just trying to bring out different types of concepts and layouts so that the user is always interested at every point in time. So what we need to do, we might want to get another rectangle widget here, and let's paste it here. Let's make sure it's 360. If you don't want to get confused, you can just change 360 at the width here above. We make sure the X is 0, and we can save that, make this a little bit bigger here. Save it. We can get an image here. Before we get the image, let us get another rectangle widget here, and let's just make these two types of widget, and let's put image here. Let's highlight the first one and then the second one, and then we align left and center, and then align middle. Might just have to make sure that it is properly. Yeah, we might need to make this. Yeah, we can also remove the border, give this a shadow, 2 and 0, and we might need to maybe get a text here and say um, computers offers or something like that. We might then need to make after Z, we might need to make this that. What we need to do next is we need to change this font style to Maven Pro, and we need to make sure we have this as let's make this 16, and let's put this as center. Let's try to put this middle, and we can reduce this a bit, make delete this. Let's duplicate this text because we already have the same font, so let's just make this on bold. Let's make this 12, and let's make this let's say computers offers, and we say up to 75% off. So we're just trying to create an offer section here. So we have this thing like this. We can, yeah. Let's group this together first, and then let's make sure that we have this highlighted properly, distribute, and let's group this. Move this and put this here, and we can now make this. Let's make this home appliances offers up to 65% off. So what we are trying to do here, we're trying to make home offers here. We can have a shadow by clicking the main box, give this 0, 2, and give this 0. We can give this a shadow as well, make this 0, make this 2, make this 0. Alright, so we have our page now sorted out. What we have our page sorted out. We can group this together, align it middle, group it, and we can try to paste it here. Or what we can do, we might just, let's move this here, and let's move this to the center. So we have this at the center. What we might need to do, we might maybe change the main background of the page itself. We might want to make it gray. And this icon here, we change this to white, and this icon we can change this to white. Alright, so and the text we change it to white. My actual shop, and what we could do, we could change this main one here to white, and we can change the main text here by highlighting everything to black. Alright, so at least it looks much better than the other one. So we have our shop sorted out, and basically what we can just do, we can just copy this to get another type of a product category. So we can just group this together, copy this, duplicate it, and move this down here. We can move this down here, and then we can just increase this as well and make sure, and we can have maybe another banner here. We can just have this banner here which says we can have banner here, I like that. And we can now, if we want, we could potentially maybe just get another type of design. We can group this and maybe just paste it here. So depending on how we want our page to be structured, we could move things around and make sure everything is done properly. I would just put last one here and make it another type of product. So we duplicate this, we move this down, and we can maybe put this at the middle here. So we have this, no, we're just going to have this here, and we have this. So yeah. So I think generally the idea is to have this page done in such a way that we might just want to make sure that we have last banner to make sure that what we have here is the last thing. So we might increase the length here as well again and just make sure we have this. So we can say this is a, yeah. I think what we might need to do, we might need to adjust things a little bit. In this section, we need to make sure that this menu here, all of them are grouped together. So let's group them together. What we want to create, we want to make sure that once the user scroll up this page, we want to retain the menu, and also we want to retain the our product department. We want them to be able to know, okay, once they are scrolling up, they can as well still make use of the this as well. So what we need to do is we need to probably let's test it out and let's see how it is now. Let's test it out. Let's scroll down using our mouse. Let's scroll down using our mouse. You can see our site is good. The reason that we cannot see this other edge here is because of the scrolling effect that we've added on Azure, and I'm not sure how we can do that right now. But as you can see, it's, you land on the home page from the login screen. We put jamesorio@gmail.com and the password 123456, and we log in. Please wait, and we land on the home screen. So technically what we've done now, we've been able to create a user flow, the user journey from the splash screen, assuming the user download your app, they've installed it, then they load the splash screen. And once the splash screen is loaded, they go through the onboarding section. If they love what they see, they can get started. They can connect with their email address. When they log in, they go to the home screen, or they can go back and say, all right, let me sign up, and they create an account. If they already have an account, they can log in. And once they log in, they can, if they've forgotten their password, they can go to forgot password. If they don't remember, they can always put it here and say, oh, I can't remember my password, if they enter the wrong email address. Or they can log in if they remember, and they can put their username, Gmail, and they can password, press login. Everything works here, and they land on their home screen. So what we need to do to finalize our home screen is, once you come on the home screen, you'll see the product department. What we might need to do, let us make this curve edge. Let's click the main area, go to style, change the corner radius to 2, and we have that. So we just have a little bit of style around it. Yeah, so it looks a bit okay and professional. So this is what we have right now, and we can scroll down, we can scroll up, everything is working. We can drag left, drag right. If it's on the phone, you're going to swap with your left, but of course using a mouse you can't really swap and things like that. So we have this done, so which is fine. Another thing we might need to do is we need to make sure that once the user scroll up, we want to retain both the header area and the category area. So very easy to implement. We just highlight everything here that we want to maybe make as that session, and we say this, we group this together, right click and convert to dynamic panel. Once we convert to dynamic panel, we can say, we can change this to header dynamic panel, and we go into properties and we say pin to browser. We say pin to browser, we say center, and we say keep browser in front, and then we say okay. So we save it and we test it, refresh, and when we scroll up we can see that our menu is not moving anywhere, but there is something we need to fix, because when we scroll, everything needs to be, needs to have that dark background. So we need to go into the dynamic panel and change the back cover to this, save this, go back to our page, scroll, try to scroll down, and we can see a little bit of problem here, but we're gonna fix this later. We can go back to the main phone area, scroll up, go into the dynamic panel, scroll up and make this 0 and 0, and then we can just probably make this 360. Go into the dynamic panel and we can make this I think I'm just gonna drag everything really, so we just have this as 360. So if we refresh it now, we can see here that it's filled up and we can scroll up, but because we've made a rounded edge, we might not need a round edge anymore. We can just remove the round edge as well, go back to style, change this to 0, and we have that. What we could do again, because the design looks a bit too closer to the top, we can maybe bring this down a bit, and we have this, center this, and we can scroll. So really, how you want to make your site looks depend, really on what your requirements are, basically, and we're just going to do that. What we need to do again is, because if we realize one thing, because we have a dynamic panel here, and this dynamic panel is standing inside this one, I think we need to cut this away, go into the main area, and we need to try and what we need to do, we need to make this, we need to paste it here, but we need to click the other dynamic panel and then bring this down here, because that's where we want the scrolling effect to take place from, and we need to go into this page. Remember, when you're working with a dynamic panel and you want to go into the state, the next thing you will see is the state. So we click here, the state, and we might just need to highlight everything here, then shift key down, deselect the main area, go to the y-axis, and let's make this 10. Let's move it 10, let's save it, let's try it, how it looks like now. All right, yeah, so the only area that we want to apply that scrolling effect to is this area, and as you can see, when we scroll, we have our page, and we have more space here, so we could probably reduce it, or we can. But if you see, we have electronics, we have the slider, we have some things here, we have some other things, and we have some things here, so we could just make it like that. Another, we can go back here now and let's just reduce it and make it, yeah. So when we refresh it back again, we can see that we've gone into the main area of the phone. So I think what we might need to do, we might need to bring this a little bit down, I think. So let's go back again to the page, and we have this as 10. I'm going to go into the main, I'll go into the main area here, this dynamic panel. I'm going to make sure we have this dynamic panel. The header, I'm going to increase the size to 150, and I'm going to make sure that we move this down a bit. And what we might need to do, we might need to go to the main area here, and we might need to highlight all, deselect, and we might just need to move this a bit up so that there is no space, or we can just move this 0. Let's refresh it and let's see how it looks like. Alright, so we have our electronics and games. So these are the menu options that we have. Once the user come into our site, they can see the menu option and they can move and navigate as they wish. If they scroll down, they see the page, they can go and they can interact with it. So what we need to do next is that we've done the home screen, then we need to start buying stuff, but we need to first do the menu. Let's go back to our content page. We need to, we've completed the home screen. Now we need to go to the menu, how we can do the menu section, the page as well, so that when we click this hamburger menu, it goes to we can see our menu. And we're going to look at the cart notification, and also we're going to look at our search notification in our next tutorial. So I think what we need to do next is to wrap this up by just testing it on Azure, and we've got here as well, and log in, enter your username, gmail.com, then password 123456. We log in, please wait, and we've set up the user shop, and we're scrolling, and this is a sticky header. We need to also make a test by not going through the sitemap link. We need to click here and we need to copy this text and close this area here. So next time when you come, we have to use this link, and I'm just going to paste this link in our book here so that we don't forget. The reason why we're doing it, no, what we need to do, we need to copy the HTML rather. So we have to come back here and press OK, and we can see that the menu has disappeared, but I'll show you in a few minutes now. We can see here that once we paste that link here, which is if you don't want to show the sitemap, just make sure that your page name, you have to end it with .html, the extension that you need to use. Then you're not going to see the sitemap. So we have it, and we are previewing it as an HTML page. We cannot see the sitemap, so we can't really jump. We can't go back to the splash screen anymore unless we close the app. So we're just going to click. When we log in, for example, we just have to go to login we can't go back as well to the onboarding screen anymore, and we can log in here, which we can say jamesariel@gmail.com, and we can have 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we can log in. Once we log in, please wait while we set up, and we have our shop. So that is how. Another test I would like to do is I would like to have a test whereby we can test this thing on our mobile device, and I'm going to show you right now using an app that I have on my phone, which is called Mobizen. But what we need to do first, we need to save all these changes, make sure everything is saved, and we need to close all tabs here, and we need to publish our work into Azure. Once we publish our work into Azure, we're just going to make sure that we can actually see this page, and we can log in. Yeah, we have this now done. Okay, so actually it's sorted out. What we need to do, we need to go into our phone area. We just need to close this, and we need to go into this app called Mobizen, which we can use to preview our app. We say Mobizen on our phone. I'm going to show you in a minute now. It's going to show on our computer screen, and I'm going to go into I'll say, I think I have the Mobizen app. Yeah, go into this Mobizen here, and we see our phone is checking for update and everything. We're just going to be ready in a few. All right, let's install the updates for the app. Update sorted out. Let's put our password, and we are connected to our mobile phone. There's no device connected to this. I'm not sure why it's saying no device not connected. Let's just look at our phone. Let me check the phone again. Saying here the mobile name is the same thing, step 2 verification. Let's see, maybe I've logged in with Facebook. No, I don't think so. Let's close this first, and let's reopen it again. We need to let's use another USB. Hello. Yes, so last time we are trying to connect to Mobizen so that we can test our screen and see how our screen works. I'm just gonna increase this a little bit, and I found another app which is called Side Sync. I think this app it's about yeah, it's developed by Samsung, I guess. And yeah, so what we want to test our app and see how it's gonna work in a real mobile device. What we've been doing, we've been previewing our actual prototype using the browser. Now we're going to use the real mobile app, and let's see how it works. Also, before you do that, you might want to download um, the app for Hackshare Share. I think I just have that here, so I'm just gonna move. You might want to download this from the Play Store, and if you download this from the Play Store, it gives you a nice way to preview your project. So I'll just click it, and I've already downloaded it. So let's just open our app and let's see my project, and these are the list of projects I've been working on, and I'm going to click and open. If you open in browser, it's going to open using the browser app. If you download the app, it's going to download the app, I guess, somewhere, and then but I'll just click on the open, and let's see how our prototype is going to work. So we have our actual shop. This is how our prototype is going to work in a real mobile device. Obviously, we want to test it with our user on a mobile device, and this is how we're going to preview it. So we can go left, go right, and anything we do, how we preview it, we can actually see. My computer is actually a touch screen. It's Dell XPX, the all-in-one PC. So I'm gonna try to make the interaction as if I'm swapping and I'm touching instead of clicking with my mouse. So let's just click on get started, and then we have the reason why you're not seeing the icon, we've not mapped the front awesome icon yet, so we're gonna do that in the next tutorial. What we have here is we have the connect with Facebook, and we have here it shows connect with Facebook, and we can click OK, and we have our app. The mobile app is really done. We can scroll up using our app, and we can slide here left, we can slide here, we can slide right, as we've done on our mobile app. So as you can see now, our actual shop really looks very well designed. And before, on the browser, we have this vertical scrolling, and which is really not good previewing our work on a browser, but unfortunately that is how actually is going to show it. But if we're previewing on a mobile app, we're not actually seeing the scrolling effect, which makes our prototype looks a bit very professional looking. We have all this menu, all these categories: the electronics, home, fashion, TV, books, equipment, computers, pets, DIY, home screen, garden, and we have everything well laid down. We have our action shop, we have our menu icon. What we might do, we might have to reduce it a little bit, and then this is the search icon and the cart icon. Like I said, we've not mapped it yet, so we're gonna map it. Or the best way to just do it, we just convert it to images. Once we convert it to images, regardless of the icon you use, it's just going to show exactly as you've done it, which I think it's really good. We have the product name, we have the product price, we have the show all, and everything we have. Yes, so this page looks well. I hope you've been able to understand now how you can develop your home screen in Hackshare RP. If you have any question regarding this tutorial, how you can preview your tutorial on an actual mobile device, send me a message and I'll get back to you. Also, watch all the tutorials so you can follow it up. The tutorial is getting longer, and we will be able to work on the next tutorial. What we're going to learn next on our next tutorial, we've done the home screen, but from the home screen we need to look at let me bring out the main phone as well again. Let's just close, let's minimize this. What we need to do, we are on the home screen, so we just need to edit this content page. We need to work on the menu, and from the menu we're going to look at how the menu is going to be displayed and everything. Then what we need to do next, let's scroll this down. Yeah, we have our actual page. So what we need to do now, we need to look at it and say menu page, and then we're going to look at the profile page next. But I think with this now we have our page done, and we're going to make an interaction, because on an e-commerce website sometimes you want the user to give you feedback when they load the app, so you know, oh, this person has opened the app again and probably they might want to buy something, but they bought something previously, so how can we get them to give us feedback or like our app? So what we're going to be doing next, before the menu, we're going to be doing some selection of feedback that we can get from our users. We're going to get review app pop-up or review app, yeah, we're going to say review app pop-up, and we're going to have sign up, maybe newsletter, sign up, and we're going to have also a way whereby they can share our mobile app on Facebook or on any social media. So we're going to have these three pop-up, because what we try to do is we want to make this mobile app engaging as possible. And I like the way this software, we can actually see our app right now, and you know, we have to physically scroll down and scroll up using our mouse, and we can, everything is good. So we need to work on those feedback screen next in our next tutorial. So stay tuned, and I will see you on our next tutorial working on the feedback of the mobile app, and then we're going to progress to the menu and then the profile page. Thank you for watching once again. Bye for now.